Imagine this. You're home alone. The lights are dim. The house is silent. Until you hear something. A faint noise at first, then footsteps. But you know no one else is supposed to be there. Your heart races, your body freezes, and in that moment, you realize you're not as alone as you thought. Tonight, we bring you 3 terrifying true stories of people who found themselves in that exact nightmare. From unknown intruders to the unexplainable, these tales will make you think twice before staying home alone again. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and leave a like. Who knows? The next story we tell might just be yours. Lisa was a 22-year-old college student living alone for the first time in a small apartment near campus. She loved the independence, but one night she discovered that freedom comes with its own horrors. It was a cold Thursday evening. Lisa had just finished her night shift at a local coffee shop and was ready to unwind. She locked the door behind her, threw her keys on the counter, and kicked off her shoes. Everything felt normal, until her cat, Whiskers, started acting strangely. Whiskers was staring at her bedroom door, his tail puffed up, ears pinned back. He hissed, a low, warning sound. Lisa followed his gaze, feeling a shiver run down her spine. The door was slightly ajar, but she was sure, absolutely sure, she had shut it before leaving. Trying to shake off the unease, she approached the door. "Hello," she called out, half laughing at herself. Silence. Her fingers trembled as she reached for the knob and pushed it open. Her room was just as she had left it, everything in its place. Then she heard it. A deep, slow exhale. Lisa spun around, the closet. For a moment she stood frozen, listening. The silence was deafening. Gathering every ounce of courage, she yanked the closet door open. A man stood inside, his eyes locked onto hers, his lips twisting into a sickening grin. Lisa screamed and stumbled backward, her phone slipping from her grasp. The man lunged forward, but in her panic she grabbed the nearest object, a heavy glass lamp, and smashed it over his head. He crumpled to the floor. Lisa ran. She sprinted out of her apartment and banged on her neighbor's door, breathless and sobbing. The police arrived within minutes and found the man, still unconscious. Turns out he had been living in her closet for over a week. He had a sleeping bag, a stash of food, and worst of all, a collection of her photographs taken while she slept. If that sent chills down your spine, just wait. Things only get darker. Make sure to hit that like button and stick around. The next story, it's even more horrifying. Jamie had always hated basements. They were cold, dark, and full of strange noises. But when she moved into her new rental home, the landlord assured her the basement was just old, nothing to worry about. At first, she ignored the odd creaks and occasional thumps from below. Houses settle, right? But then, things escalated. One night, as she was watching TV, she heard a distinct knocking sound. It came from the basement door. Knock, knock. She muted the TV, listening. Knock, knock. Her breath hitched. No one else was home. Who, or what, was knocking from the inside? Slowly, she crept to the door and pressed her ear against it. Silence. Then, bang! Something slammed against the other side, shaking the door violently. Jamie screamed and bolted for her phone, calling the police. When they arrived, they searched the basement. At first, they found nothing out of the ordinary, until they noticed a loose panel in the wall. Behind it was a hidden room. Inside, there was a sleeping bag, a few cans of food, and something that made Jamie's blood run cold. A notebook filled with detailed notes about her daily routine. Someone had been living in her house, watching her every move. The police never found the person. but Jamie moved out immediately, unable to shake the feeling that whoever had been there might come back. Ethan had counted down the days until his parents' weekend trip. 16 years old and finally trusted to stay home, alone in their sprawling Victorian house, its creaky bones nestled at the edge of a pine forest that had always felt watchful. He'd planned it all, marathoning Resident Evil, demolishing a family-sized bag of Doritos, and blasting music through the house's antique halls without his dad griping about respecting the woodwork. Freedom. But by dusk on the first night, the silence unsettled him. The house groaned like a living thing, floorboards sighing, pipes rattling behind walls. He laughed at himself, texting his buddy Kyle. "Place sounds like a horror movie. Should have borrowed your dog." Kyle fired back a meme of a screaming cartoon cat. Ethan cranked up his playlist, letting bass drown out the noise. The second day was worse. He woke to a sticky July heat that clung to his skin. The AC had died overnight. By noon, the attic fan's whir did nothing but push hot air, and the forest outside stood unnervingly still, as if holding its breath. That night, he dragged his bedding to the living room couch, reasoning that the first-floor windows, armed with motion sensor lights, felt safer. He left every lamp burning. It began at 2:17 a.m., according to the PlayStation clock. Tap, tap, tap. 3 precise knocks against glass. Ethan froze, thumb hovering over the controller. His bedroom was upstairs. The guest room, he realized, the one overlooking the backyard's overgrown garden, its window shaded by the arms of an ancient oak. "Raccoon," he muttered, resuming his game. The house creaked. Tap, tap, tap. Louder now, metallic, like a ring tapping glass. Ethan stood, ears buzzing. The living room's bay window showed only his reflection, pale, wide-eyed, and the void beyond. His phone lay charging in the kitchen. He gripped a fireplace poker, its weight cold in his sweaty palm, and crept upstairs. The hallway light flickered. "Hello?" His voice cracked. No answer. He inched toward his bedroom door, heart slamming. The tapping had stopped. Moonlight spilled through the window, illuminating his desk, the toppled gaming chair, and the handprint. A single smudge on the glass, too large to be his own, fingers elongated as if stretched against the pane. Ethan lunged backward as a shadow eclipsed the moon. A face pressed against the window, chalk white, hollow-eyed, lips peeled in a grin too wide for any human. No breath fogged the glass, no blink, just staring. He didn't remember screaming, didn't remember sprinting to his parents' room, deadbolting the door, or dialing 911 with trembling fingers. The operator stayed on the line until red and blue lights pierced the curtains. 2 officers swept the house, flashlights probing closets, under beds, the attic's dusty corners. They found nothing. No broken locks, no footprints in the mulch below his window, just that smeared handprint, which one officer eyed warily before polishing it away with his sleeve. "You said the face was stretched?" the younger cop asked, skepticism tightening his voice. Ethan nodded, hugging himself. Like it was pressed flat against the glass, and the eyes, they were all black. The older officer, a woman with a scar bisecting her eyebrow, studied the oak tree outside. Its nearest branch hung 6 feet below the window. "Nothing climbed this," she said. Then, quieter. "But the attic crawl space, it connects to the roof, doesn't it?" Ethan's blood turned to ice. They found the attic hatch slightly ajar, dust disturbed in a path leading to the roof access. No fingerprints, no traces. "Could have been an animal," the younger cop offered, but his partner's silence said otherwise. As they left, the older officer gripped Ethan's shoulder. "You got family nearby?" "My aunt, 40 minutes west." "Go there Now, her gaze darkened. "And kid, don't come back here alone." Ethan didn't. He spent the night in his aunt's cramped guest room, jumping at every rustle of wind. When his parents returned, they dismissed it as a prank, teens being teens, but hired a security firm anyway. Cameras lit up the property like a prison yard. Yet things kept happening. His mom's favorite necklace vanished from her dresser. The scent of decay wafted through heating vents. And once, while Ethan showered, a shadow lingered behind the frosted glass, too tall, too still, before dissolving into steam. He moved out at 18, opting for a dorm over winter break. His parents sold the house a year later to a young couple who tore out the attic, claiming they found nests of old photos and children's toys hidden in the walls. None of the faces in the photos matched the family records. Ethan still dreams about that night, the tap, 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 the stretched, hungry smile, and the question he can't shake. When the officers searched the house, did it hide in the one place they never checked? The shadow beneath Ethan's bed, breathing silently, waiting for the lights to go out. And there you have it. 3 terrifying true stories that prove being home alone isn't always as safe as it seems. If you enjoyed these stories, subscribe to the channel for more chilling tales. And remember, next time you're home alone and hear a strange noise. Thanks for watching. Stay safe and sleep well if you can.